You walk into the store to replace a phone with a slightly cracked screen. You tell yourself it is a productivity tool for work, so you drop $1,200 on a top-tier flagship model. You leave feeling successful. But then you sit in your car and look at the pristine glass and metal. Suddenly, the frayed $5 gas station charging cable plugged into your dashboard looks terrible next to it. It feels wrong to use cheap plastic with such a premium device. So you buy the $40 magnetic charger. Then you grab the $60 leather case. Eventually, you realize your old wired headphones clash with the aesthetic, so you drop another $250 on high-end wireless earbuds. Within 48 hours, a carefully budgeted $1,200 purchase mutates into $1,600 of spending, and you barely even notice it happening. People often write this off as a personal lack of discipline. The truth is, this is a highly predictable psychological chain reaction built into human behavior. It is the exact same behavioral trap that causes lottery winners to lose all their money within a few years and forces people who finally buy their dream home into staggering credit card debt. Most of us think we buy things because we actually need them. In reality, we are forced to buy things to satisfy the demands of our other possessions. In 1765, a brilliant French philosopher named Denis Diderot lived a humble, happy life. He wore old clothes, sat in a dusty library, and co-founded the encyclopedia. Catherine the Great, the Empress of Russia, heard he was struggling financially and bought his entire library for an enormous sum of money. Flush with sudden wealth, Diderot treated himself to a beautiful, expensive scarlet dressing gown. He felt incredibly elegant wearing it. But the moment he sat down to work, he noticed a painful contrast. His magnificent new robe made his scratched, rotting, ink-stained desk look utterly inadequate. To fix the mismatch, he bought a polished mahogany writing table. The desk and the robe looked perfect together. But now, looking down, his threadbare rug looked like a rag, so he replaced it with an intricate, highly expensive Damascus floor covering. This triggered an obsessive, months-long spiral. The rug made his curtains look cheap, so he bought new ones. The curtains demanded a leather armchair. He systematically replaced every single item in his room until his fortune was completely depleted. Diderot later wrote a painful essay about his experience. He realized that introducing a single premium item into a space forces a cycle of spiraling consumption. You think you own the object, but the object turns you into its servant. Today, marketers understand this historical vulnerability perfectly. They refer to it as identity consistency, and they use it to quietly drain your bank account. Think about deciding to get in shape. You spend $1,500 on a premium stationary bike. You view it as a health investment. But when it arrives, you notice your baggy high school gym shorts and faded t-shirt clash with the sleek, aspirational aesthetic of the machine. To close that gap, you buy specialized cycling shoes. Then you purchase branded, moisture-wicking apparel. Finally, you realize the bike looks out of place in your messy living room, so you buy a yoga mat, new dumbbells, and create a Zen workout space. You are buying an entire identity. As humans, we crave internal and external coherence. If you stretch your budget to buy a luxury sports car, you establish a brand new baseline for yourself. Suddenly, your old jeans, cheap furniture, and standard vacation spots feel unacceptably cheap. You aren't spending money because you inherently desire these new things. You are spending money to relieve psychological tension and maintain a coherent personal narrative. We can see how this mathematical trap plays out in the classic home renovation. Let's budget $10,000 for modern kitchen cabinetry. The new setup looks fantastic, but instantly your 10-year-old refrigerator looks dated. The visual flow is broken, forcing you to spend thousands more on stainless steel appliances. Because of the open concept layout, that sleek new kitchen now bleeds directly into your living room. From the new marble island, your old brown sofa and dull paint look incredibly sad, demanding an immediate furniture upgrade. This animated chart illustrates the hidden chain reaction cost. What starts as a $10,000 bar for cabinets rapidly stacks. You add $2,000 for a fridge, $5,000 for floors, and $18,000 for the living room. The final cost explodes to $35,000. These expensive visual upgrades operate as downgrades to your actual freedom. You stop letting guests drink red wine on the new couch. You stop letting the dog inside. You become a nervous museum curator rather than a relaxed resident in your own home. Living in a cave and never buying nice things isn't a realistic solution. To protect your wealth, you have to build psychological firewalls to halt the spending spiral before it starts. The first strategy is to predict the hidden system cost before you purchase any new anchor item. Take a brand new gaming console. Look at this equation on screen. The base price says $500, but to get the full experience, it demands a 4K TV, extra controllers, and an ongoing monthly subscription. The true system cost expands horizontally to $1,500. If you can't afford the system cost, do not buy the anchor item. The second strategy is strict inventory control. If you bring a new pair of sneakers into the house, an old pair must be donated or sold. The third strategy is the nuclear option. Deliberately downgrade your visible status items. Drive a slightly older car, or wear a purely functional watch. Keeping your anchor items humble removes the pressure to constantly upgrade your entire life to match them. A low-maintenance identity allows you to stack cash while everyone else curates their expensive exhibits. The consumer machine is designed to scramble your puzzle every time you buy a piece.